Hello there and welcome back to Craft Therapy. So we are officially going to be starting our Jamaican dining set table place setting project, and I'm going to be starting with the borders, the border motifs. Now, after I did that introduction to the project last week, I sat down and I started to think, and I went back and I looked at the design that I had done, and I realized that although I was working with 3 colors, one color was really just an accent color going all the way through the project. And so I didn't want that for this one, because I have 3 colors. I want to work the 3 colors, and I don't want to do just one design because that would be boring. So I realized, you go back to math class with your sets and your subsets and the number of combinations you can get out of a particular set of stuff. So here is what I have come up with. I can get about 6 different combinations out of the 3 colors, I think. Could be more, but I stand corrected. So the border motifs, they have 4 levels to them, right? 3 levels are the internal, and then the 4th level is the actual edging that you put onto it. So I'm thinking that I'm going to do this combination: black in the center, then green on that first layer, yellow on that second layer, and then the outside frilling edging would be black. I could also do black in the center, yellow, then green, then black again out there. I can do green, black, yellow, and then green. I can also do green, yellow, black, and green again outside. And then finally I can do yellow, black, green, yellow, and then yellow, green, black, yellow. And I mean, looking at it, I could also go the route of expanding and putting on other colors on the outside of them, but I'm not going to confuse the issue. I think this is enough. So I'm going to end up with 6 possible combinations. So it would end up being 2 of each of these that I would be needing. So for my border motifs, it's 12 motifs per mat. So I'm going to go with 2 of each of these. So I would be needing, come on brain, wake up. If I need 2 of each of these, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, no. I'm having a brain fart. Give me a second, please. Right, if I need 2 of each of these, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. For each mat, I would only be using 2 of these, and I'm doing 12 mats, so it's 24. That's what I was trying to arrive at. So 24 times 6, and we should still end up with 144, right? 4, 6 is 24, 4 carry the 2, 2, 6 is 12, and 2, right? So I would need 24 of each of these motifs. So 24, well, this would end up being like 48, because I'm going to be needing 2 black centers, 2 green centers, 2 yellow centers, and so on and so forth. But 24 of each of these. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is working on these center motifs. So it's gonna be a pretty short video, which is why I felt kind of comfortable chatting this long at this point, because all I'm doing for this video is showing you this center one here. That's all I'm showing you. Alright, so I will grab my thread and get working on that center and be back in a few with you. Okay, so let's get cracking on our motif. We are going to start with, as per usual, our slip knot on our hook. I don't want to move the camera, so I'm checking my focus as per usual. I'm gonna have my hand right about here. You all must be so annoyed with me every video saying checking the focus, checking the focus. But yeah. So we're going to start with, I said I didn't want to move the camera and I'm moving it because I think I can get you a little bit closer. Alright, I think that's good. We're going to start with 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you hear any disturbance outside, we are having a bit of a cold front here in Jamaica, and so the breeze is really kicking up outside. Then we're going to slip stitch into our first chain, form a ring. Now when I reviewed the pattern just now, as in the video that I got this pattern from, he did a very strange thing. Usually when you're establishing a double crochet, you chain 3, but he did his double crochet using 2 chains, and I understand why, because it did make the work quite a bit neater. But here we are doing 4 chains because we're going to have a space in between, right? So we're going to put 8 more double crochets with a chain space in between each of them in this circle. So 8 more double crochets. That's 1, chain 1, and of course we have to be careful to make sure that we're getting into the center circle. 2, chain 1, and you can just spread around as you go. 3, chain 1, 4, chain 1, and of course I'm trying to get my tail woven in as I go. 5, chain 1, 6, chain 1, 7, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1 more. Chain 1. And 8. Chain 1. And then we're going to find the 3rd chain, which is about there, and slip stitch to join. Alright, so we should have a total of 9 in the space. It looks a little bit wonky, but it will come together neatly by the time you get around there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we chain up 2, and in the same chain, let me just take a look back at what I did here. Was it 2, 1, 2, 1? 2 1 2 1. Ah, there, I got it. I got it. So in the same space where we put our chain 2 just now, we put another double crochet, and then in our chain 1 space we put 1 double crochet. So it's going to be in each stitch we put 2 double crochets. So that's 1 2, and in the chain 1 space we put 1 double crochet. Let me do one more and then bring it back when I get to the end of this. In that double crochet, in the top of the double crochet, we put 2 double crochets. In the space we put 1 double crochet. We are at the last chain 1 space to put 1 double crochet into that space, and then we slip stitch into our second chain, which is our first double crochet technically, and we pull through. Then for the third row of this center motif, the center of the motif, we chain 2. In the same space we put another double crochet, and this one is a little bit different now because we're going to be kind of staggering 2 doubles a single, 2 doubles a single. So that counts as our first set of doubles. In the next stitch we put another 2 double crochets, two. Then in the third stitch we put 1, and then we go back to 2 in the next 2, so 1 2 1 2 1. So we're going to do that all the way around. 2 2 1 2 2 1 2 2 1 all the way around. Now, if you have done your math correctly, you should be ending on a single double crochet. So here we have our last 3 stitches, so it will be 2, another 2, and 1. So always make sure that you're doing the math correctly, because you started with 2 2, you should end with 1. If you find that you're ending with 2 here, you missed a stitch somewhere around, and we simply slip stitch to tie it off. Now, I said earlier that this particular pattern, he uses a 2 chain double crochet. You know, I shouldn't have done that because now it's gonna slip out. I should have done a chain before I cut it off. I should have done a chain. Let me see if I can squeeze in a chain, because you notice what was happening just now, it was already beginning to open up back again, because a single chain tends to kind of hold it together. So pull through. Can I squeeze in a chain on this? I'm gonna try and squeeze in a chain. I'm gonna try and squeeze in a chain, but I'm As I was saying, while I try and squeeze in a chain because I forgot to do the chain before I cut it, he uses a, yes, I got it, kinda ish, yeah, I got it. He uses a 2-chain double crochet rather than a 3-chain, and I think it makes the work a little bit neater, right? There we have it. That's how our border motif centers are going to be. So I need approximately 48 of these for the border motifs that we're going to be doing. Yeah, that's it. So we have started this monumental project. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Craft Therapy. And remember to keep those hands busy so that your mind will be at peace. Happy crafting.